Boris Johnson has come out tops in the first round of voting to find a new leader for UK's Conservative Party following Theresa May's resignation. 10 Conservative MPs ran in the first contest, vying for the votes of the 313 Conservative lawmakers in the chamber.
7 candidates have gone through. Andrea Leadsom, Mark Harper and Esther McVeigh are out of the contest.
Well, for more, let's cross over to Ollie Barrett, who is joining us from London. Okay, Ollie, results announced. Was it a surprise?
Well, we did expect that Boris Johnson would win this first round, but perhaps a surprise to see just how dominant he has been, romping home with 114 votes, well ahead of the nearest challenger, Jeremy Hunt, on 43. Certainly, that makes Boris Johnson in the pole position to be the next leader of the Conservative Party and therefore British Prime Minister. As it stands, Boris Johnson has enough MPs backing him to make it through to that final 2 runoff, which we will know next week. Those final 2 end up going to the party membership nationwide to make that end decision on who's going to be the next Conservative leader. Many of Boris's own supporters believe that the only person that can really beat him now is Boris Johnson himself. That's why he is being restricted in terms of media appearances, restricted in terms of questions that he is taking from journalists, because he is known to be prone to making the odd mistake or two in public, to making the odd colourful phrase that offends someone. So for now, Boris Johnson will hunker down, I expect, ahead of the next rounds of voting that we see next week.
And where does it go from there then, Ollie? You told us he's by far the clear favourite, it seems, at the moment, and his strategy is just to keep quiet. So how do we sort of see this sort of playing out then?
Well, the interesting thing will be to see where the votes go from those MPs who are now dropping out of this race. So Andrea Leadsom didn't get enough votes to go through, the current leader of the House of Commons. Esther McVeigh, you mentioned Mark Harper. Their votes from MPs have to go somewhere else. So that is part of this process, seeing where they move their support to. In terms of who might challenge Boris Johnson, who might be in that final 2, really hard to call at this moment. As I say, with Jeremy Hunt, the next Conservative MP on 43 votes, but we've got Michael Gove, the Environment Secretary, not far behind despite the scandal over cocaine use. We have Sajid Javid, the current Home Secretary, not too far behind as well. So it remains to be seen whether Boris Johnson will be challenged by another hardline Brexiteer, or whether he hoovers up all the hardline Brexiteer votes and will therefore face a challenge in the final 2 from perhaps what you might describe as a more Remain type of leadership challenger, even if all of these candidates are saying that they will deliver on Brexit on October the 31st or soon after.
All right, May, thanks for that update. Ollie Barrett speaking to us from London.